Hello everyone, welcome to my second tutorial of the Indian bamboo flute or the Bansuri. I am Chiranjeev from the Divine Bansuri YouTube channel, and in my previous video I talked about the introduction to the flute, and in today's tutorial we'll be talking about how to hold the flute and how to produce the sound. So let's start. So what you do is you do a shape of your lips like this, as if a small opening is there, not like this, but like, okay. So what you do is you just make this shape and you take this flute and touch your lips to this part of the blowing hole, just the edge, like this. And what you do, just smoothly and gently you blow. Don't force, don't try to place your fingers anywhere, just hold the flute and produce the sound like this. The sound should come as a crystal clear sound, the way it sounded now. There should not be any airy sound or any disturbance or shaky sound coming. It should be complete crystal clear sound. Okay, so practice this thing. I will demonstrate you on how it is. When you are holding the flute like this, the sound is coming right now. If I tilt the flute a little bit also, the sound will not come, or the airy sound or the not good sound will come. See, I rotate the flute and then the sound didn't came. See? Now let's move on to how to place your fingers, how to hold the flute basically, how to hold the flute firmly so that the sound you are able to play it correctly as per the posture says. So I'll tell you the first technique of holding the flute. So all the things I am telling you is in a C scale Bansuri, okay? So here is like my thumb, okay? So before that I will name the holes, like this is the first, second, third hole, fourth hole, fifth hole and sixth hole, okay? So what you do is you take your finger like this and place it just below the first hole, okay? Like this, okay? Okay, like this, just hold it. And what you do is with this thumb you are keeping the first left thumb just below the first hole, and the right thumb you just keep it below these two holes just below, like this. You can see just it is below like this, okay? And what you do with this pinky finger is just rest it over here. So you have a nice gripping now. You are holding the flute from here, you are holding it from here with this pinky, and with this thumb you are holding it here, okay? And now you are placing it here for blowing, okay? So you don't do anything, or you can just rest this finger over here for flexibility or for rest. Then I will tell you how to place your fingers. This is the first technique of holding the flute. So what you do is there is this index finger, this middle finger and this ring finger, okay? What you do is you have kept it here and you use the pads of these fingers, okay? You just keep it here like this. You just close it properly, and then what you do is when you are trying to blow inside the hole, you just keep on pressing, closing one of the holes like this. Then you close one hole like this. Remember, always try to create a crystal clear sound, and that can be happened when you are closing the hole properly. You are not leaking any air from the sideways or anywhere. and it can be done when you are closing this with this area, with this part of your finger, and then again move into the next finger, second finger. As you can see that the sound is changing. Now place the third finger in the third hole. Remember one thing, that if you are not closing all the three holes, then the sound is not going to come clearly for the note you are playing. Suppose I am pressing, I have closed all three holes, and I have left any of the holes like slightly open or is not completely closed, then the sound is not going to come good. If I am losing this, if I am loosening this finger, let's say I am not closing this finger properly, then the sound is going to come like. If I'm, you see how the sound changes, how the sound will be moving into how to close the fourth, fifth and sixth hole. It is the same, it is almost the same. So you just place this hole, you just practice this until this, you just practice, and you practice it like this. Again, remove this. It is like this. So we'll be moving into the second, the rest of the holes. Fourth hole, what you do is you use this part of the finger, of the right index finger. You just use the line or just below this, just around this area, not the pad basically. So use it like this. Use it like this. As you can see, it's not like over here, it's like here, almost here, just around the line area. And then the same thing, not the same thing exactly. It is like you are using for the index, for the middle finger, for the right hand, you are using just the area like below the line. Okay, so it has to be like this. You see, I am not using this area or this area, it's like this. The hand should be completely free. It has to be like this. Okay, so you are using this. If I am taking this over here, then you can see that there is a bend. There is a bend. So the fingers, as the length of the fingers are different, so you have to use different areas of the fingers to place the holes. So for this index finger, you place this one over here, just around the line. For this fifth hole, you are using the middle finger and the line just below, just the area below the line, like this. And for the last one, it is also the same. You are using the ring finger and the area just below this line, like this, as you can see. Okay, like this, and you are resting it over here. The pinky finger has just for supporting purpose, and this thumb, as I say, is below these two notes, just somewhere around here. Now close the first hole. Now the second hole, third hole, fourth hole. Fourth hole, as I said, this is just around the line area. And then the fifth hole is just the area just beneath the line. And then the sixth hole. I'll now tell you the second technique of holding the flute. The second technique is like in the first technique, what we did was the thumb for the left finger was just below the first hole, okay, and the thumb for the right hand was just below these two holes, this fourth and fifth hole, and the pinky finger was here. So for the second technique, what happens is there is a change in the first left hand. The The right hand technique is almost the same, okay, like this. For the second technique, what happens is the thumb is slightly bent, like this, okay, slightly bent, and just stay away from this, there's a distance between the first hole and the thumb, almost over here, the thumb is there. And then what you do is, for the index finger, you are using not this padded area just above the line, but the area just below the line. Just below this line there is this area, and you place it like this, okay. You place the thumb over here, and then this part of area just below the line, just cover the first hole. And with the third finger, there is a ring finger, this finger, you use the third hole to close. And this for this hole, you just use the padded area, this area just above the line, okay, this area, as it was similar with the first technique. Use this over here, okay, this over here. And then what you do, just leave it, just rest this finger over the second hole. For the second hole, just rest this second finger over here, and this has to be almost this area just below the line for the second hole, okay. First technique, the angle is, the fingers are little angled and the thumb goes just below the first hole. And the second technique, thumb comes over here and the fingers are changed, the placing of the fingers are changed, as I said for the second technique. And for the right hand, the technique is almost the same. Just place it over here. You use this areas of the the fingers, this area just below the line, okay. And the thumb is the same, and this pinky finger over here. So there is no change for the second hand. Only thing changes is it for the first hand, okay. I'll come closer. So why the second technique is used? Because if you are using a large scale bansuri, let's say a G scale or let's say concert size bansuri, that is a E1, this is a big one. So what happens is, I'll demonstrate it with a G scale bansuri. This is a G scale bansuri. As you can see that the holes, the distance between the holes are different. See, for the first hole there is this much difference, but in a G scale the distance is more. Okay, so if you're using the first technique in a G scale or maybe a scale larger scale bansuri, if you're using the first technique, what happens is, in the first technique you are using this thumb below the first hole, and you are placing the pads, using the pads of these fingers, first left fingers over here. But if you are using it for a large scale bansuri, let's say a E scale, where the distance of the holes are even more than this, then what you do is you have to bend a lot. So there is a lot of strain in this area, and you will feel a lot of pain. You can see that there is a lot of bending over here. So while playing, you will not be able to place your fingers, and you will be uncomfortable. You will feel a lot of uncomfort. So that is why the second technique is used. Most of the gurus will tell you that you use the second technique in any kind of flute, but my experience says that you can hold the flute any way you want to, as per as your comfort. So for a G scale bansuri, the second technique should be applied like this. I'll now demonstrate you for the G scale. You place the finger like this over here, the thumb. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. In our next tutorial, we'll be covering on how to play the higher pitches in the bansuris, how to play the higher pitches, and we'll be practicing of what we learned today also. We'll be just revising it again of what we learned. If you like this video, please press the like button, please share this video, and please do subscribe to this channel for latest videos. And if you have any questions or queries or any suggestions, please do comment in the comment box. So thank you again. Thank you very much. Have a great day.